Salutations. Welcome to all wonderful sadhakas, jignasus, the mokshus, bhaktas of Bhagawan, shishyas of the Gurus, lokasevaka, dharmasthavaka, the vairagya yukta shrotas. As every day, just visualize Mata Saraswati in the form of all Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa. Express our commitment that we study regularly and ask her for the blessings to be able to understand. Same way, remember the Tattva Guru Parampara, our own Gurus, Acharyas, again in front of them, express our commitment that we will be regular for the satsanga. Ask them to reveal to us the clear understanding of the truth. Same way, the whole chain of Devata Gana, remember them, salute to them, and the commitment in front of them. Definitely, we do the right utilization of all faculties, all powers that are given. Then requesting them to keep us fully intact at the level of all personality layers. Remember the Lord, the Ishvara, in any of the Ishtadevata Rup. Then the commitment to Him that we will become more and more surrendered to that Lord and seeking Him, asking Him to remove the layers of the Maya so that the truth is very conspicuously seen. So to the Sarvavyapaka Brahma Tattva, again our promise made to identify with it more and more and requesting, seeking the blessings that it should happen to us very soon, immediately. That is how every day we have to refresh ourselves. Before we study our Upanishad, do the Sankalpa Prarthana. 2-3 minutes of today's discussion is very short, precise, in continuation of yesterday. Having awakened the intellect, having exposed it to the Shastra Jnana, first through Shravanam, then through Swadhyaya, then little of Mananam. First thing to be ensured is how much clear the understanding happening in our intellect of what we are listening, studying, and doing manana of. This is a basic thing. If the understanding is unclear, vague, then the greatness of that particular thing will not be understood, accepted, convinced by us. Then we will not be pursuing it because we are not convinced in our heart. Therefore, the clear most understanding of whatever we are studying the Shastras. In Shastras only, mainly three things are told: the goal, the Lakshya, the Sadhya, the means, the Marga, the Sadhana, third, the qualifications, the preparations. It all depends in our intellect's clear understanding only, whether we will be able to committedly, convincingly walk the path or not. If we are not walking spiritual path alone all the time, it indicates our convictions are not strong because there is something missing in our understanding. So the intellect has to be more deeply applied to understand. If the understanding is clear, other than doing sadhana, we won't do anything. So these are the two things. First, awakening the intellect, then using it in Shastra Shravana, Dhyana, Chintana, so that these three things are very deeply, thoroughly, clearly understood. Sadhya, sadhana, then let us say the preparation, qualification, let us call. It serves a great purpose if this is clear. After that, while being a sadhaka doing our routine sadhanas, very frequently we have to do one more thing, which we miss generally. Today, we'll focus on it more. The other thing is already discussed. Once in a while, we have to pause and see that are there any contradictions in our life regarding what goal we have chosen and what we are doing. Little sensitive, subtle thought, but important. And if we really observe it, because of our vagueness of our understanding of the goal, most of the things we live in our life, day to day routine, are contradictory to our goal only. That is why the realizing goal remains only as a dream. In the world, small little goals also, there are contradictions. When we come to spiritual ultimate goal, even one contradiction also will block our progress. And how many contradictions we are living? We have to note all of them and then eliminate all of them. Otherwise, sadhana cannot happen. The deep inner true sadhana which reveals to us the truth and liberates us, that will not happen. Like in the world's examples, many, but how many can be given? Three contradictions we talk. We want a very good bank balance, but we are a spendthrift. How can it go together? I कि नहीं इतना खर्चा करते जाते then I want a sound bank balance. It won't happen. It's a contradiction. Either forget the goal of good balance, bank balance, or sort out this contradiction of spending the money like water. Hmm. Same way, we want a good health, long life. Then our eating habits, exercises, rests, all of them are contradictory only to that. We are not working on details, huh? Only giving the idea. So either just give up the goal that I want to be healthy, long living, then involve in whatever contradictions involved in, let it be okay. Otherwise, if that goal is pakka for you, then we cannot contradict. But we live contradictions only. We are not aware. That means the intellect is not fully opened up or awakened. Third, so too, we want everyone to love us. Then what are the things because of which we get love from others? Exactly opposite of that we do. Again contradictions. Then how can we get what we want? Drop the thought that people should love me. They live as what do you call licentiously as you want. No. I want respect. I want love. I want trust from people. I know. I want people to come to me. Like yesterday in youth class, Ramayana Valmiki. Sarvada abhigata sadbihi samudraiva sindhubihi. Rama is such a great one. Like the rivers run into the ocean. Every of the Satpurushas in the world come to him. They themselves come seeking his company. Sarvada vigataha sadbihi samudra iva sindhubihi. That is one of the Rama's quality. 77 we have seen, 10, 12 more are there. Around 86, 88 values. One of them is this one. So, we are contradicting. So too, we want to excel in the world in all the chosen fields, but we are extremely lazy. They won't go together, na? Either give up the goal and continue being lazy, or you really want to excel in so many professions, goals, you can't afford to be lazy. So, in this way, we are confused in our heart. This is called the moha only. The basic moha is trying to find sukha in the world and getting deluded and getting disappointed. Out of that, even we come through study of Shastra, having made Paramatma as the goal. Still, there are delusions. So here, these are all moha, the delusions we all live. Coming to spirituality also, the contradictions. And what is the truth we are seeking and what is the life we are living? Many things. Where is the self or the truth? It is inside the heart. To be recognized, studied in Shastras, though it is all pervading. But where is our attention throughout the day? Think about it. It's always outside. Then when a drishti is outside, how come the inner Atma Paramatma can be recognized? So that's a contradiction. We have to sort it out. Like that. What is the nature of self? It is ekameva advitiyam. It is one without second. Then our life is valuing the multitude or the manyness. Isn't it? That's a contradiction. So, like that, we say what is self? It is subtler than the subtlest. But where is our whole day's attention? Is only on the gross things and beings of the world. All the time. Such a big contradiction it is. Isn't it? So too, the self is beyond the upadhis. We don't even get a thought that we have to transcend the upadhis by reducing the upadhi dependence, reducing the importance given to those to which we contact through उपाधि. लेकिन ये हमको स्मरण भी नहीं रहता. 100% we live only the contradictions. So there are all so many spiritual contradictions throughout the day we live. I know the self is fearless, but we are frightened. Self is blissful, but we are miserable. Self is pure consciousness, but we attend to the jadata. Self is continuous, constant, but we value the non-continuous, non-constant things. Everything is contradiction only. फिर वो कहाँ से मिलेगा हमको? हम्म, हर जगह पे हम उल्टा ही काम कर रहे हैं. Why is it all happens? Because the nature of the self or the goal is not thoroughly understood in the intellect to such a level. Not only it is made as the goal, but it is remembered all the time. ये नहीं होने के कारण a part-time spiritual person we are, that also very superficial at the very meager listening level, not even attempting to deeply understand. Again, the best example is that of Bhagwan Rama. Nowadays we are seeing, will continue seeing for next 2 years. He has gone so deeply in the thinking that he is understanding everything as it is, because of which he is helpless, that he is not able to value the things as he was valuing earlier. Earlier, out of delusion, out of misguidance by others. But right now, like it is said in Mundaka Upanishad, Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan Brahmanaha Nirvedam Ayat Na Asti Akrutaha Krutena. This half of the sentence of the whole mantra thoroughly 100% Rama did. Tadvijnanartham sa gurumeva abhigachet. Physically he did not go to the Guru. Guru himself came to him. But now, as said in Upanishad, he is really surrendering to the Guru. But the first one, Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamayat. That portion Rama has done. And so kind, he is so kind, Sri Valmiki Maharshi, that what is that thinking, understanding Sri Rama has got. He is putting it in front of the Gurus for the approval or authentication or certification or correction or improvement, and that's being given in the form of the Shastra to us by Valmiki ji. You know how much we have to be grateful to Valmiki ji, to Rama, for compiling the questions, obviously to Vasishtha Vishwamitra for giving us the answers, which we will see little later. But that is what is important for us. He first using intellect fully, thoroughly, and understanding perfectly the truth and all, and the means and preparations, and we have to see. We cannot be Beharupiya in spirituality in the sense, do the contradictory things and expect the spiritual unfoldment to happen. And Paramatma Shuddha Chaitanya Rupa. For the Jada Dravya only we give importance. Isn't it? He is Upadhi Atita, but we are living only at the Upadhi's level. And Paramatma has to be always remembered, contemplated. But where are we doing it? Every moment we are inadvertent only. Pramada, कहते हैं. Because of which contradictions are lived. Thus, the ambition goal remains only as a dream. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वो गोल बना कि नहीं, उस पे भी हमें एक सवाल उठाना है ना. देन पता चलता है कि नहीं बना, मीन्स स्टडी थरो नहीं हुआ. isn't it? Listening is happening, but the स्वाध्याय चिंतन मनन ये होना है. In that effort only the clear picture comes. Then its glory is understood. Then that is set as a goal. Then the sadhana part. Then avoiding the contradictions. We do sadhanas also, like to realize the self, we go beyond the mind. To go beyond the mind, mind has to be purified, made single pointed, and for that, the japa, puja, upasana we are doing. So beautiful it is. But after that 1 hour of the doings, the remaining 20 hours, we are only living contradictions. And not knowing it is also an immaturity. We have to know it and patiently, perseveringly intensify the sadhana. At the same time, cautiously eliminate one by one the viruddhatas or contradictions. Then only will happen the sadhana. So today's homework is, what are the contradictions in my behavior, which instead of taking me towards my chosen goal are taking me away only, one by one. Isn't it? व्यवहार का ठीक है मैंने बोलता हूँ, बट स्पिरिचुअली देखा जाए तो है ना, देखे तो सो मेनी देयर. Isn't it? You want to develop the country, but only doing all opposite things. How will it grow? Mhm. Think about it. Contradictions, sorting them out. And the humorous thing is, if I myself contradict my own goal and means, then how can I protect myself from the other distractions or disturbances? Mainly 60-70% are self contradictions only. And basically, why all of that happens is forgetfulness. Why forgetfulness? Because we don't remember the goal. Why don't we remember goal? Because we remember other things. Why do we remember them? Because we have still value for them. We have lots of asanas for them. Isn't it? Exhausting vasanas, devaluing the world, therefore becomes a necessary sadhana. That is what is the entire yoga darshanam. It is removing all the samskaras and the vrittis, isn't it? That is why uh, yoga chitta vritti nirodha tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. नहीं तो वृत्ति सारोप्य. How clear that subject is. Sort out the contradictions one by one. Remember, spirituality calls for infinite patience, calls for persistence, consistency, calls for the delicacy, constant application. So much of, energy it consumes, and सबसे important, वो तो पूरा टाइम मांगता है, 24 घंटे बस पर डे. And the reward given by it also is not an ordinary, the forthcoming millions of births of all samsara. From that we get liberated and go beyond all the experiences of limited things of coming and going. We get the continuous infinite bliss and beatitude. अब इतना बड़ा फायदा है तो फिर उतना sacrifice बनता ही है. Then all these we have to grasp one by one and then slowly doing. Once we start doing, the clarities will come, the depths will come. Then we will know where we are going wrong, where we are lagging behind or lacking, how they have to be balanced. एक एक चीज कुछ जन्म के बाद धीरे धीरे पता चलता. Like in this life, by being regular to the class, धीरे धीरे we are trying to grasp what is said in the old text, in that particular chapter, in that particular topic, in that particular shloka and the pada. In this life of ours, this is the achievement. This is done. Then the next life, पढ़ते ही आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. Then taking it as goal, making the means and knowing the means and following them at that time, avoiding the contradictory factors. एक एक चीज धीरे धीरे दिमाग में घुसेगा. Accordingly only we as a spiritual sadhaka get blossomed. Not accidental it is. It is a conscious effort. Not just like that sudden. It is time taking, consuming thing. Involve in it. And in between, any floods come, tufans come, sardiyan come, garmiyan come, not forgetting goal is the gift we give to ourselves, spiritual goal. And once भूल गया तो then again we are back to the worldliness as the goal. वो थोड़ा बच के रहना. And that is where the importance of everyday listening to Tattva Bodha through the satsang, everyday studying the Tattva Shastra. देखो साधना करना इम्पोर्टेंट है लक्ष्य पाने को, बट करो ना करो ये साध्य है, याद तो रखना है ना. वी हैव टू रिमेंबर गोल एंड व्हाट रिमाइंड्स अस ऑफ द गोल इज दिस टू, सत्संग एंड शास्त्र अध्ययन. These two go away. If they are taken away from our mind, then the goal reminders are not there. Then something else as earlier, samsara, we keep the world as the goal. हो गया फिर. याद रखना हमेशा. From this worldly samsara, as many tracks we have to become spiritual every moment, every day. Similarly, from the sadhana to become again back to samsari, equal number of tracks are there. Isn't it? So we have to बच के उस ट्रैक में जाना ही नहीं. एक्सीडेंट होता है. इसी ट्रैक में रहने के लिए आवश्यकता है स्वाध्याय निरंतर सत्संग. Then, as we saw yesterday, day before, the feeling of that sharam that I am not doing any sadhana should inspire us to take up. Already doing the sadhana should be more meaningful, more authentic, more clearly understood sadhanas, more very attentively done. Third, while doing it, any contradictions, sort them out. Isn't it? This is how so many intricate things, delicate things are required for spiritual doings and progress. Like even physiologically, for the doctor to treat the patients, how many intricate things the doctors have to know. Even the superficial treatments kaho या surgeries kaho. It's not just like काट पीट करके इधर करो. No, they have to have very minutest details. Then only it can happen. Spirituality में भी ऐसा है कि not even small thing also can be neglected here. Not allowed. When you have to launch the rocket, taking the satellite up above for weather forecast, all of that. Every minute thing is taken care. That is why successfully launched. Yesterday. In the same way, spiritual rocket launching for the intellect satellite to probe into the reality. Every minute thing needed to be taken very sincerely and seriously. है ना? तो देन वी हैव ओनली वन क्वेश्चन. तो फिर उसमें ही लगना पड़ेगा 24 घंटे. देन व्हाट अबाउट अदर थिंग्स? अंडरस्टूड नो? दैट क्राइंग यू कांट अवॉइड फॉर लॉट ऑफ टाइम. कि माइंड इधर भी खींचता है that this and that important things bhog and all, and then intellect udhar खींचता है. That toughest period is that. And patiently, perseveringly, इस जन्म में मैं इतना फंसा हूं, आगे तो मुझे नहीं फंसना, और ये 5 साल फंसूंगा, उससे बाद नहीं, और इन लोगों से फंसूंगा, नए लोगों में नहीं फंसूंगा, और इनको और इन विषयों को भी इस दिन छोड़ूंगा. This sort of commitments when we have, accordingly when we talk, when we do, behave. Like some people, you want to live in life or you want to keep them away. What do? You decide first and then you stop contacting. Slowly it recedes away. विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः. We are telling the technique for sorting out this, pulling of both sides. When we are in class or study Shastra, our intellect pulls us toward the spirituality with full inspiration कि मैं मुझे ये वो साधना करना है, I must experience it, etc. Again, the moment the intellect is given little rest, the mind takes possession of our life, and then it looks into the world and says, "ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए," isn't it? So we are pulled towards both directions all the time. That we have to sort out. Rama has achieved that. Nothing in the world is anymore pulling him. No, he doesn't know the truth, that will be told. We have known the truth in the sense through the study of Shastra to some extent. But lots of pulls are there. We have to practice the Rama Aushadhi, Rama Bana, isn't it? With which slowly these sentiments, the emotions, these attachment, these leveries, which are only psychological, only emotional, they will be slowly given up. Just psychological emotions. But that's what Rama said already 3-4 times. Manakalpita eva, Manakalpita eva. Throughout Shastra, Yoga Vasishta, this thought will come. And if it is reality, it could have not gone even for Rama. Rama could give up, that means it is not real. That which is not real but still appears and binds is called as Kalpita. Kalpana is done by the mana. When do the Vikalpana, slowly it goes away. Wonderful, no? This realization that is a Kalpana in the mana, all our attachment spheres to the world, opposite of it, when we thoroughly, strongly do, saying that if I am lost in this type of life, my spiritual goal will only be a dream I will never realize. But I am not happy with it. I must realize the self. For that, all these kalpanas I will have to drop. I will drop. Then one who takes these ruthless decisions, one can do it. To anything. We love the sleep. We love the objects of the world. We love time passing. We love the people around. Yes, Sahara. And we love spirituality also. Not that we are gone case. But we have to know that they won't go together. Slowly, shift to this more and more. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्री वै श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदद्वारा अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः आध्यात्मिकजीवनानां मोक्षसाधनानां प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति कल्याण एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्र अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थ वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओम श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद तथा श्री आद्य शंकराचार्य कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकम् ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययम् निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययम् निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Friends, we started yesterday after thoroughly studying both Mangalacharana Shloka and Shanti Mantra and introduction, the Sambandha Bhashya given by our Pujya Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaraji. In this one paragraph only, what we have to thoroughly theoretically understand the aspects of Bandhanam Moksham all are given. Of course, which are the essence of every of the Upanishadic Vedantic Tattva Shastras. What a beautiful thing it is. You know, if we can master the understanding of this one para, every word, every sentence, we have understood theoretically what is bondage, what is liberation. Then doing the due sadhana will be taught it throughout the Upanishad. सीख कर करते जाए तो moksha will be ours. Okay. Now, yesterday, two sentences we have understood. Further, we will understand today. Be conscious, be fully attentive, alert at every sentence level. Okay. Om Atha Prathamodhyayah Shri Adya Shankaracharya Kruta Sambandha Bhashyam. First is what? I'm just chanting, telling in 10 seconds. Shwethashwathara Upanishadaha idam vivaranam. What is being put in front of you is the vivaranam of the Shwethashwathara Upanishad. Okay. Idam Shwethashwathara Upanishadaha vivaranam. So, it is vivarana and of Shwethashwathara Upanishad only and not anything else. And is that a very, very big text? Alpa Grantham. It is only precisely given. Rest is for your contemplation. For whom it is given? Brahma Jignasuna. Therefore, for whom it is given? Brahma Jignasu. The one who wants to, who has got Jnatam Icha of the Brahman. ब्रह्म को मुझे जानना. And remember, Brahma Jignasa leading to Brahma Jnana is equal to Brahma Prapti, is equal to Anubhuti of the Brahman, which we are already. Okay? Jignasa is equal to Prapti is equal to Anubhuti of which we are already. We are not becoming Brahman. We are not reaching Brahman. We are not gaining Brahman. No. These are all when the object is other than us. We ourselves being Brahman here, knowing itself is gaining, gaining itself is becoming, becoming itself is experiencing, experiencing is being. Don't forget. So Brahma Jignasunam Alpa Grantaha Vivaranam Shwetashvatara Upanishadaha Idam. Okay. Brahma Jignasu. Why? Why? What the way it helps that Brahma Jignasu is Sukha Avabodhaya for the easier understanding of the Brahman for which he has taken the initiative. So in this, one thing said without saying is like every Upanishad, this Upanishad, Shwethashwathara's theme also is Brahma Vidya only. Like any other. Don't have a doubt. That is why that Jignasu has taken up the study of it. How to make it easier for him, the understanding of the Brahma Tattva, we are writing this Alpagrantha Vivaranam. So we have to question ourselves. Are we Brahma Jignasu? Yes. Then what leads to that Brahma Jnana is Upanishad Adhyanam. Therefore, take up. Do you want the Upanishad Adhyanam easier? Yeah. Then take the help of this Alpa Grantha Vivarana given by Bhagwan Adi Shankara. See that how that thinking is making the understanding is clear and thinking is making thinking subtler, thinking wider, thinking possible. This is the most important thing Shastra Adhyanam should do to us. We should start thinking, thinking clearly, deeply, then only the understanding is done. Then, second para now. How the second para started? Second line. It tells what is our essential nature. Now, this only the gurus like Adi Shankara can say because they are already in that. They are already experiencing that. So, we will be told what is our essential nature. Then, in the next 5, 6 lines, how we have forgotten our essential nature and now suffering as a jiva, all that thing is given. Very powerful discussion this is. Thereafter, how this jiva may have to get the liberation through understanding and sadhana, that will be indicated in this very paragraph. Then the entire next 3, 4 pages quotations to justify what is said. Because even though it is Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Anubhuti, if I don't have trust in him, I will not accept it. But the Shastras being authority to the Hindus, Sanatana Dharmin. So when the Shastra is quoted, then what Shankara said will be accepted by us. Shankara's kindness at the same time uh, not taking things for granted are two. One, kindness is he explains to us the summary of everything, yet doesn't take it for granted means he just quotes the Shastras and says, from that Shastra authority, this I am saying. Therefore, it is not my personal individual opinion only. They don't hesitate to understand and accept this knowledge. That is his very selfless kindness. The purpose of Adi Shankara giving quotations is this only. Even if you don't believe me, yet it is said in the Shastra, for the sake of Shastra, at least you believe so that you are benefited. My coming into your life and giving these bhashyas are only to get you liberated, not to bind. I am very clear about it. Therefore, explanation I am giving you for clear understanding and sadhana. If you have a doubt on me, I am giving you the authority of Shastra. I am clear in this. Like shop say, market say, the servant brought everything. Then he shows every item, he shows the bill, she gives the remaining change. There is no ambiguity thereafter. आपने जो मांगा सब आ गया, अब उसका बिल है, आपने इतने पैसे दिया, इतना बचा है, बस आपके हाथ. See, do we have any doubt in that servant anytime when he's so clear? Shankar Bhagwan is like that. You want moksha, Shastra gives. I am explaining you Shastra by giving the Bhashya, and whenever the quotations are there, I am giving you. Now it is in your hands. Like that. Now, what is the nature of all beings essentially? Is this one. What is that? Chit Sat Ananda Advitiya Brahma Swarupaha. Say it three times. Chit Sat Ananda Advitiya Brahma Swarupaha. Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma Swarupa. Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma Swarupa. Api. Api means even though this is our essential nature. So Chit is pure Gnapti Swarupa. Sat is pure Sat Swarupa. Anand is Anantatva and bliss. What is said as Satyam Jnanam Anantam in our Taittiriya is said is Chitsadananda Brahma Advitiya Brahma Swarupa here. So we are pure Chit, we are pure Satta, we are infinite bliss, and we are one without second. So the water wave telling to itself, I am that one without second water, though I am appearing as wave. Hmm. Use the examples whenever such things you feel like deeply, clearly understanding. So, Chit Sadananda Advitaya Swarupaha Api Atma, our own self. Now, the pure self, how it got degraded, and we became the Jiva, though we are Atman. They are explained now one by one. Each one is very, very crucial at that level to listen and grasp. First, he says, Ki Swa Ashrayaya. So, he is talking about the effect of Maya. Okay, that word Maya, Avidya will come later. Before that, he is telling the connection between us and that Maya. So, Ashraya means what? It is Ashrita on us only. It doesn't have its own Ashraya. We can be independent of Maya or not knowingly become slave to it, but Maya cannot be independent of us. Swashrayaya means what? All the avidya and the Maya, because of which I, the pure self, have become Jiva and suffering. He is not independent. It is in Maya Ashraya. I only am supporting. I, the pure self. Because सतचित नहीं है तो वो माया वगैरह भी काम नहीं करेगा, अविद्या भी काम नहीं करेगा. Therefore, it is not independent. Means what? My ignorance is not independent of me. I only am supporting. My murkhata is not independent of me. I only am supporting. My indiscipline is not independent. I only am supporting. Isn't it? My foolishness. Here also. So, Ashraya means it is my own. Otherwise, क्या होगा? Maya is independent and Paramatma is independent. The Dvaita will come. Yeah, Bhagwan Shankara doesn't accept the Dvaita as accepted by Sankhya and Yoga, where they say Purusha alag, Prakriti alag. When Purusha gets lost in the Prakriti, he gets bound. Then when through sadhana he gets detached, he is liberated, but Prakriti continues. We have seen it in Yoga Darshana very thoroughly, but Advaita Vedanta doesn't accept it. Only one Brahman is there, it says. Finally. Therefore, if you leave the Maya to be independent, then it becomes Dvaita. इसलिए it should be said that it is Ashrita on the Brahman only. Okay. So at the operational level, it is Ashrita on Brahman. Non-operational level, it is one with Brahman. Through the operation, it binds the Brahman itself, makes him a Jiva. Okay. Like the children, they are in your own ashraya, but how headache they create. आपके आश्रय में आपके हमको एक खुद ही दुखी कर in the same way swa become very clear in the understanding of this. So what is the first thought? We are though Chit Sadananda Advitiyam Brahma, yet how we became Jiva while explaining it, the reason explained karte mein, first he is telling that this Maya which is in our own Ashraya, this Avidya which is in our own Ashraya. क्या किया उसने? स्व आश्रया, then स्व विषयया. Not only it is ashraya of ours, but it is Svavishaya. Means I am the Vishayi, it is the Vishaya. That means I am the knower, it is known. That means I am independent of it, I need not be bound. Remember always, Vishayi sees the Vishaya. Na? Unless Vishayi allows, the Vishaya cannot bind the Vishayi. Vishaya by itself cannot bind. Only when we value it and allow it, then the Vishaya binds. याद रख लेना इसको, ये सूक्ष्म वेदांतिक सत्य है ये. Like any object or person cannot trouble me unless I value it, no? Isn't it? That is why the freedom, when we devalue, the things stop troubling us. Why the children trouble parents and not the parents trouble children? Because the parents valued the children, therefore they make them miserable. Children never value parents, therefore they are happy banda, bindas. बाद में चाहे पेरेंट कुछ भी हो जाए, let them become frustrated and all, हमको क्या है? That is how they live. Therefore they are relaxed. But you can't be a responsible parent and all, therefore you have to take care, you do everything, still that fellow is enjoying freedom, we suffer. Simple truths they are, but they are very, very important. So two things are said. Swa ashrayaya, second is swa vishayaya. And what is that? Avidyaya. Avidya at the individual level, total it is called as Maya. Avidya. Now what is avidya? Not knowing that I am Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma. यही अविद्या है फिर से. So स्व आश्रयया स्व विषयया avidyaya means what? I have chosen to forget my own self, that I am Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma or Sachidananda Brahma. देखो स्व आश्रय स्व विषय थोड़ा हमको कुछ पार्ट सिखाना चाहिए. Now simple example, for me to know my own self, who is stopping me? Especially nobody outside, no? Who is stopping me? मैं खुद ही चुन लिया, मैं अपने आप को नहीं जानना चाहता. No, no, Swamiji, my upadhis are doing and all. That also your choice only, no? Anytime you have the choice again to transcend the identity with the upadhi and realize. But no, आज नहीं, कल परसों मजा आ रहा है उपाधियों में. Who is doing all that? बताओ. और कोई कह रहे क्या? कह रहे हिम्मत ही नहीं होता. That is why I realized that I only stupid gave value to the upadhis. He went to Himalaya, started learning how to devalue the upadhi and realize the self. पता चला उनको, मैंने उनको वैल्यू किया, वो मेरे सर पे चढ़े. स्लोली ही डिवैल्यूड इट. If he can devalue, what it proves? That it is by himself, by valuing, he allowed them to overpower. So always freedom is ours. Knowing it and using it. Knowing that we have freedom, using that given freedom is the way to get real freedom from all bondages. So swa ashrayaya swavishaya avidyaya. थर्ड केस इंस्ट्रूमेंटल केस. क्या किया हमने अपनी माया अविद्या से जो हमारे ही आश्रय में है, इसे अविद्या स्व अनुभव गम्यया, है ना, स्व अनुभव गम्यया. ये स्व अनुभव गम्यया मीन्स व्हाट? हाउ डू यू से that this maya is given value by you and you are caught up by it? Because anubhava. What is anubhava? We are not having the anubhava that I am infinite, I am pure conscious blissful self. We are having anubhava that I am dehosmi, I am indriyosmi, and this world is mine. Are we not seeing all the anubhava? Yeah. But are they real? No. Then where from they have come? From the avidya. सो रियली अविद्या माया परब्रह्म में नहीं होना चाहिए, नहीं हो सकता भी. बट राइट नाउ you are having your anubhava and you told me I am caught up this and that anubhava alone is giving you or the giving the gamanam or understanding that we have given the value to that maya. स्वानुभव गम्य मीन्स व्हाट? हम निरंतर हमें अनुभव के द्वारा पता चल रहा है that we are caught up in the maya. Maya is giver of only dukkha because Atma is Sukha Swarupa. Other than the Atman, with the Anatman, we are made to be identified by the Maya. For dukkha, frustration, continuous struggle, effort, ये सारे माया के एक्सप्रेशन है. उन्हीं के अनुभूति में हम है. That अनुभव is the one which is telling us we are caught in Maya. So this is what स्व आश्रयया स्व विषयया अविद्या स्व अनुभव गम्यया then sa abhasaya. Then what is it? Sa abhasaya. Sa abhasa is the pure consciousness is abhasa. On this maya kruta aham vritti only. Okay, which makes that a ego or individual. This individual identifying all upadhis. Upadhis have come from the avidya or maya. सो परमात्मा का ही माया शक्ति के एक अंश में अहम वृत्ति में परमात्मा's आभासा makes that jiva. Then he from Paramatma's maya, the real, the other portion of whatever the upadhis are there which have come, he identifies with them. That is how the pure self has become the individual, the illumined individual, the individual identifying with the upadhi, and then the one who is living through the upadhi, trying to get this upadhi giving sukha, upadhi giving comfort. He is jiva. है ना? जैसे कि ना घर में सोफा में बैठ के खाना खा सकते नहीं, बाहर गए पेड़ के डाली पे बैठ के कोई खाना खा रहा है. अरे यार, बी कंफर्टेबल हियर इन द हाउस. नो नो आई वांट. एनी टाइम यू विल फॉल फ्रॉम देयर. So instead of experiencing the bliss of the self, we want to, like a monkey, sit on a upadhi and we want to be happy there. More than happiness, fear only. Like, I want to enjoy the giant wheel. भाई ऑर्डिनरी अर्थ पे ठीक तरह चलो ना, क्यों घूमना चाहते हो? एंड घूमते तो इतना डर कब गिर जाएंगे कर. You know how the people choose to try through enjoying through the upadhi and get caught up. These are the examples. Okay. So swa ashrayaya, then swa vishayaya, then avidyaya, swa anubhavaya, swa anubhava gamyaya avidyaya. Okay. Then sabhasaya. With this, what happened was pratibadha swabhavika ashesha purushartha. Then, because of now the identity with the upadhis, we are naturally identified with variety of the purusharthas. Here mainly dharma, artha, kama, purushartha. Pratibadha swabhavika ashesha purushartha. Ashesha means countless, endless. पुरुषार्थास, धर्म पुरुषार्थ, अर्थ पुरुषार्थ, काम पुरुषार्थ, ये सब किसके लिए है? जीव के लिए. हु इज जीवा? चिदाभास. And why this jiva has got all of that? Because he's identified the upadhis. And then once he gets identified the upadhis, it becomes swabhavika to have the desire for the purusharthas which will fulfill our upadhi tadat. Like once you got a son, it is natural for you to get the things required for that child. है ना, दूध पीने के लिए बोतल ले आते हो या कपड़े ले आते हो उनके लिए और क्रेडल ले आते हो. When the son was not born, these were not thought of also, isn't it? When I am going by any taxi or any of the buses, I never visited petrol pump only, even once. 20 साल. Suddenly I bought scooter or car. अब देखो स्वाभाविक से you have to go to petrol pump to fill up. Without that the गाड़ी will not move, isn't it? Do you understand this example? 20 years I never went to petrol pump because I was not needed. The moment I got the upadhi, I am. Same way, when I, the Chidabhasa, identify with this Maya Kruta Upadhi, it becomes Swabhavika in me that I feel like making these Upadhis happy. For that, the Dharma, Artha, Kama, Purushartha becomes natural to me. What it means? What is the deep thought here? This natural urge for dharma, artha, kama, which is actually bondage, can go away only when we de-identify with the upadhis. And that will happen only when I discover that I am not Chidabhasa, I am pure Chitsadananda Advitiya Brahma. That will be told in the future sentences. So, Swabhavikya, sorry, Pratibadha Swabhavika Ashesha Purushartaha, then Prapta Ashesha Anartaha. And because he is doing the Purushartha, Ashesha Anartha he is getting. Remember here, from the standpoint of being pure Brahman, Chitsadananda Divya Brahma, everything is Prapta Ashesha Anartha only. Even the higher than highest lokas also we get doing variety of yajna upasana purusharthas, still that also anartha only. सो अनेक अनर्थों को उपा रहा है इस पुरुषार्थों को करने के कारण प्राप्त अशेष अनर्थ देन अविद्या परिकल्पित ही एवं साधन ही इष्ट प्राप्ति च अपुरुषार्थम पुरुषार्थम मन्यमानः है ना. इष्ट प्राप्ति अपुरुषार्थम which is called dharmartha kama is called, he considers them as purushartha, but actually they are apurushartha. One should not seek them. देखो, by my choice or desire, I am seeking dharma, artha, kama. But actually, choicelessly, desirelessly, without needing of desire, I am actually the Brahman. तो ब्रह्मन को जानने से बात बनता है, नहीं है तो बाकी को पाना पड़ता है. पाने के लिए lot of things we have to do. The doing, getting itself is bondage, samsara. So tomorrow we will just browse through these things for 5 minutes and then what is the meaning of aneka apurushartha we are taking as purushartha and getting lost. From here we continue this study. Okay, इतना आज काफी है. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो परम ब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Little patiently, this one para repeatedly we study for the clear understanding. एक बार ये बात बनता है ना, then why this is sadhana etc. आगे वाले बात खुद ही समझ में आने लगा. What sadhana, why this is sadhana will be understood easily. Have that patience. We are given the gist of all Upanishads as a gift by Bhagwan Adi Shankara, because we are studying all Upanishads from more than 1400 days regularly. उनको कृपा हो गया हमारे ऊपर कि तुमने इतना जो पढ़ा बेटा उसका सार ये है, ग्रहण करो, है ना. Some of you can do the homework of point by point writing it. One, Chit Sadananda Advitiya Swarupa is our nature. Api, even though, the second point. So Ashrayaya, Swavishayaya, Avidyaya, Swanubhutaya. No, each one of the points. What is the deeper feeling or meaning of what is said by it? Then the Chit Swarup Chidabhasa. Then the identity with the upadhis of the Veshti Sameshti, which are expression of that avidya only. Then how the apurushartha he takes as purushartha. One by one line, one by line. As we become more deep in trying to understand these things with our purified, sharpened intellect, then that revelations make us really jump with joy. Because we are tracing, diagnosing the problem. देखो जो प्रॉब्लम पता हो जाता है ना, रूट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम, solution is obvious. Not knowing the problem correctly is the problem. The moment it is known, you will know the solution hidden in that. Or the solutions given in the Shastra will be acceptable to us. Because they match up with the problem. ये प्रॉब्लम के लिए ही सोल्यूशन है. अब दोनों को मैच करो. अप्लाई द सोल्यूशन, अवॉइड द प्रॉब्लम, और सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम. Thank you. Let us see. Ishwara Anugraha Praptirasthu.